Greetings! I'm Epictetus, and this is Epic Tech. And today we are here with Starbase. That's right, Starbase. This video game was announced a little over 2 years ago in a video that Frozen Byte, the developers, released. And I was one of the first to do a reaction video on their little teaser. And I was personally blown away by what this game is capable of, or at the time, what they were claiming they would be capable of. So just recently, the game came out of a private alpha and became available to anyone on Steam. Just go to Steam, buy it, hop in, and you can soon be staring at the same view that I'm staring at right now. As you can tell, I'm on station 22. And if you look around, let's see, you can see that there's station 21, 20, 19, 18, and they kind of go off into the distance. I'm not sure I remember exactly how many stations there are, but this world is gigantic. And yeah, this is pretty cool. Now, this is still an early access game, so there's a lot of bugs going on, but we're going to spend just a little bit of time taking a look at what they have delivered so far, maybe talking a little bit about what they will be delivering or hope to be delivering in the future, and whether or not you also might be interested in this game. Honestly, this game has taken over a bit of my life recently. I have purchased a ship called the Longhorn from a ship shop. This is pre-made, but then I have been making lots of modifications to it. And I'm going to be showing you some of those modifications because as an engineering style gamer myself, I really appreciate games that let you customize to your heart's content. If you have played this game and you've seen the inside of the Longhorn, you'll notice that I've already torn out all kinds of things. This had nice plating over it. I ripped out the plating. Over here I added in some programming screens, and I wrote some of my own code. So this specific ship is a mining class ship. It is filled with storage cubes that we can actually see if we look on the inside, and it's designed to do a lot of hauling, carry a lot of fuel, and also I have installed some mining lasers, a scanner, and a collector so that I don't have to get out and use my pickaxe to gather. But it wasn't doing exactly what I wanted, so I fiddled with stuff. I ended up making a few different scripts. This is actually a script somebody else wrote for auto-approaching things. Well, I'll show you that in just a minute. I've got some other scripts down here in this little cube on the ground. Here's another script. Most of the scripts I have written, not all of them. This one right here is called ISAN. It basically creates a GPS network so that you can see your position in the world. So you can see that's my position over Station 22 right there. This right here turns on my range finders, so we can see exactly how far something is away from us. So that ship store over there, called the Sunny Ship Center, is 600 meters away. For Americans, that's 1,800 feet, or I don't know, like a third of a mile, something like that. The parking lot directly below me is 500 and, what does that say? 562. As long as it's within 1,000, the rangefinders can find it, and I have a script here that will actually automatically fly me to that point. It should stop within about 10 feet if this script is going to work properly, and it did. It's still, I need to tune it a little bit. The brakes are a little stronger than the script thinks they should be, so it kind of tends to overdo it on the brakes. But yeah, there we go. So we're at about 18 feet. And you notice a little thing popped up in my upper right-hand corner there. It says press despawn to despawn your ship. I love this feature. What it means is these stations aren't constantly surrounded by ships that nobody's using. Instead, you get a few ships kind of spattered about out there and the occasional ship in here. But right now, we are in, here's another thing. Gravity is relative, and you can change the relativity of gravity by hitting Q. And that didn't look like it did much, but it actually made me stand upright properly. So now I can come down and walk on the road, or on the ground here. And now I can hit despawn, and my ship goes away. And now I don't have my ship cluttering things up or worried about people coming and running into them or anything like that. And we can go running into this marketplace, and we can look around at what they have in here. Now, currently, like I said, early access, they've got all these cool little stores, and you'd think that you could buy all these things, and no. These look neat, got chairs and fuel tanks and whatnot, but this is nothing but a museum right now. This is just a huge area where nobody is selling anything. If you want to buy anything, you need to use the auction house. And you can access the auction house. Took me forever to figure this out. You can access the auction house from anywhere within the range of the station by hitting comma, or you can sell things directly from these screens. And these get sold to the game itself. Apparently, this is eventually going to go away or be changed or something along those lines, but with not as many people playing and with features still not fully implemented, they're kind of doing this in the meantime. There's also, you can sell anything that's in your inventory, including some bugged items, which is always fun. Anyway, so again, early access games, those are always fun. They also have fast travel points around. For each one of these, you actually have to find them first, click on a slot, and then hit bind. And then you'll be able to travel back to any one of these if you want. So I can click on this thing that says mining job and hit transfer. And this is where you start the game, by the way, somewhere in this general area. You'll be presented with a tutorial. I don't just highly recommend finishing the tutorial, it's almost a requirement. You actually can play the game without finishing the tutorial, but seriously, do the tutorial. Not only does it give you a bunch of free stuff, but it also teaches you how to play the game, and that's really good. As a matter of fact, they kind of need to expand the tutorial because there are a few things that I still couldn't figure out until I did some searching and, like the auction house. They actually take you to an auction house screen and tell you to use it, but they never tell you that you can just access. At least I didn't notice. Maybe they did say it and I didn't pay attention, but one way or another, here we are. This right here is where you will repair a ship, and once you finish repairing that ship, they will give you a free ship called the Laborer, which is a starter ship, and you'll be able to spawn in your Laborer and go fly it around. And then they'll tell you to go out into the asteroid field. By the way, that blue wall up there is a massive asteroid field that rings the planet that's behind us that we can't really see because the station's in the way. Let's see if I can kind of see. You can kind of see that it curves off over there. Later on, I'll get out in a ship and we can go take a look. But let's really quickly, I'm going to spawn in the Laborer. I'm going to show it to you really quickly. This is the Laborer. I actually did the repair job an extra time in order to get a brand new Laborer. You can do it up to 10 times apparently, and get up to 10 laborers. This is it right here. And you can modify this. Right now, there are a lot of bugs with what they call easy build mode. That building right there is easy build. It's meant, you just kind of snap on modules. And the idea is that it's just kind of like playing with Legos. You stick on pieces, you can add to this ship. And most of the time it works fine. There's still a few bugs where you can end up having your ship kind of no longer function after a while. But hopefully by then you'll have been able to make enough money that you can go and buy one of the other ships, or even make your own up there, that building there. It's kind of got a lot of glare on it, but that's the custom build, or the advanced building, where you can build something completely to your heart's content. It's a lot of work. I'm just going to say that right now. There's a lot to these ships. Like, if you saw my original reaction video, you would have seen that I really loved these control panels, these custom control panels, and they are awesome. You can make these things do all sorts of nifty things and customize them to your heart's content. You can tear off things and move them around. It's great. Instead of playing with this, I want to show you some of the other types of ships you can make, because this is the reason that I'm playing this game so much. The meteor is what I use when I'm traveling around the station. Give me a second. There we go. I picked this up. Somebody else made this, and then I modified it. I put in a little green ground light because I just thought that looked cool. I also changed a couple of the buttons, and I threw on a script on the back because I have to script everything. That's just the way I am. I love scripting. Nice and quick. Does not have a whole lot of range, but it's great for flying around the stations. And oh, still a little buggy. Performance is still being worked on. Ooh, look at this ship. Who made this guy? Wow. It's like circular. Oh, look at all those engines. What is that? I don't know if that was lag. I'm pretty sure that was just lag causing that, but oh my gosh, that's amazing. It looks like, I don't know if it's a firework or a cake. The kinds of ships I've seen flying around this area are amazing. So this is a modified laborer right here, so you can kind of see what somebody can do with the laborer. There's another modified laborer right there. Kind of fly this down here. Hop off. We'll despawn it. One of the things I like about that little guy for getting around the stations is that it spawns and despawns really quickly. And so I can just pop it in, fly to where I'm going, and then despawn it. This is what Commander Kitten and I call the Eclipse SI. The SI stands for Space Invaders, and you'll see why in a second. This is actually called the Carrier. It's kind of a bad background for this, but if you look at the front of that ship, you tell me, does that not look like the Eclipse UFO from Space Invaders? Yeah, I think it does. Anyway, so that's why we called it that. Not to mention that we have our own series called The Adventures, the Royal Eclipse. This ship right here was made by the developers, and I think it was partially just to show off what's capable. These little white things right here are meant to lock cargo into place, or things. And if you get into this seat here, you can use that. That's a tractor beam. And you can grab onto the thing, and you can press these buttons, get into position, and then hit load, and the entire front section rotates around. Now we can hit, what is this? Fork front and fork back. And then we can turn off the tractor beam, and whatever it is that we placed in there is now locked into place. So I've got a quick little clip to show you of Commander Kitten and I playing around with this ship and doing exactly what I just described. Okay, do it.
Hold on.
We're gonna break something. Oh my goodness, it's actually working. Sort of. Yeah, that didn't really work the way you wanted it to. Actually,
Yeah,
no,
hold
no,
on.
no. Actually, that's working. Hang on. Now go back again. Hit load again. Yeah, it's moving slower than you are. That's all.
Oh yeah,
But
because it's a lot heavier.
yeah. But it's getting there.
That's what I wanted to do from the start.
Well, see, I should have listened to you. Oh, beautiful. Now lock it, right?
Yep. Now I do wait for it to settle.
We have a durability error, apparently.
Oh yeah, because we basically just attached a ship to it.
Good point. Okay, so can you put me back into position where I can do a thing?
Sure can do, boss.
Okay. So now I should be able to fly this thing, even though it's gonna be. Oh, the creaking sound.
Yeah, like I said, we basically just,
Is this?
you know,
I mean,
slapped a ship on it.
but it's staying in place. I mean,
We basically just slapped a ship on top of another ship. That's essentially what we just did.
we put a ship on a ship. It's good.
Man.
We were eventually able to get it into the position we wanted, just to find out that it wasn't going to be sellable. That's okay. One way or another, it did its job of entertainment quite well, and I like this little ship. I think it's got its purposes, and it's kind of fun to play with, and it really shows off what this game is capable of, I think. All right, so now let's bring my Longhorn back in, and I want to go out and show you guys what mining is like when you get a ship capable of, laser mining, using a mining laser and all that kind of thing. So the very first thing I'm going to do is head out into the belts. Let's just go that way. Oh, also, different speeds are kind of useful. So I set up this little control right here so that I can press that button, set speed, and it sets the maximum speed to 100%. The cruise button here should keep it at that. So now, yeah, there's lag every once in a while. So now we're going to be traveling at my maximum speed until I tell it to stop. And by the way, there's nothing stopping you from, like, getting out and looking around. Ooh, hey, look. Somebody's pacing me. Bye. You can see the ring a little better from here. And now we're heading into the clouds. You can't, so never mind. It would take the entire population of the Earth playing this game for years on end to even make a dent in it. So we're not going to run out of asteroids. Don't worry, everybody. We're not. You might have to fly a little further, but we're not going to run out. One thing that I haven't mentioned yet is that all of this that we've been in, everywhere around here, is all considered part of the safe zone. Within the safe zone, you can't take any damage to your ship. Like, I could run right into an asteroid, and the asteroid might fly away. It might knock some things loose within my ship, things that aren't nailed down, but it's not going to damage anything. If we leave the safe zone, then we can destroy our ship. Other people, pirates can come and take your stuff. They can destroy your things. You can destroy other people's things. But if you don't want to leave the safe zone, I have not yet left the safe zone. I don't know if I ever will or not. Might. We'll see. But for the most part, it's nice and safe, and it can be a very relaxing game. Or you can grab a fighter, load it up with ammo, go out past the safe zone, fight over the rarer asteroids, and, if that's your kind of game, awesome. So we're going to slow ourselves down. I'm just going to set the speed to lower, and now we'll slowly come to a stop. And we're just going to kind of flip over and see if we can find something interesting. And I'm going to show you some of the things that I've added to this ship. Okay, let's go ahead and turn off cruise. And still a little bit of drift. There we go. So that one right there. Let's turn on our rangefinders. I'm going to try and target that thing. And I'm going to actually go one speed slower. Makes it a little bit easier to control. There we go. So that is 162. You can see right there, 162 meters away. If I can get within 100 meters, there we go, then I can turn on the ore scanner. Now, typically, let's take a quick look. Typically, an ore scanner is controlled through a series of buttons. One to turn it on, one to initiate a scan, another one to switch through the various different materials that it finds during a scan. Well, I didn't like all that extra trouble, so I wrote my own little script, and it's on, I'm not sure if it's this one. Let's see. That looks like it. Yeah, that's my scanning script. So let's grab, what is this button? That's my speed set chip, so I'm just going to stick that over in this one right here. And I'm going to stick this up here. It's just a little easier to show off when it's in a one of these guys. And now that'll run from there. Now, if I press this button, let me get to my seat. My script is going to turn on the ore scanner, and it's going to continuously run a scan until it finds something. Now it just found something, and you can see down here it says scanning, and it says that it found two things, a little under 8 stacks of ice and 2 1/3 stacks of vocarium ore. So if I'm interested in that, then I can use this other script that I did not write. That was written by Whitestrake. His name is on the screen. He posted that to the Discord server, and thank you very much. I started writing my own script to do this, and it was okay. His is better. So if I click that button, it'll initiate that script, and it's going to do its best to bring us right up to 10 meters away. And there's a reason that we want to be about 10 meters away, and that's because at 10 meters, close enough to be able to turn on my collector, that's that guy, that's going to collect any pieces, and I'm going to turn on my mining lasers, and you can see that those are all going up into the collector there. And I can just grab all this stuff if I want. Before having access to a mining laser and all that, I would have to get out my my trusty pickaxe here, turn on my headlight, and then smack these things, and then they go into my backpack. Anyway, so if I look in my inventory, you can see that I have vocarium and ice, but if I walk over to this guy, also something I installed, by the way, because the other ones are outside the ship, like underneath and above. So there's several of them, and now I've linked that one to link those two together. It's not really helpful. Just grab that. So now if I open up the inventory, I can see the ship's inventory, and I can drag these and put them down there. Okay, I think that's been enough for an episode. That's I don't want to bore you guys too much if this isn't your kind of thing. Not that you have to watch this video. If you've watched this far, you probably want to see more. I don't know. If you do want to see more, hit the thumbs up button, tell your friends to watch this video, and put a comment down below. And if I get lots of stuff saying that you want to see more content about Starbase, heck, I'll do more Starbase. I'm okay with that. I'm going to be playing it anyway. If you're not as interested in Starbase as you are in, say, Space Engineers, which is kind of the primary thing on my channel, then good news, because Cosmic Chimp and I are playing a lot of Space Engineers recently. And, oh yeah, I'm out of fuel over here. Look at that. I have so many more things to show you guys. Look at this. So this is the data tool, and it tells me that thing right there is empty. So I can pull out my bolt tool, remove that bolt, and pick this up into my inventory. So now it's big. And now I happen to have some spares over here. So I'm just go ahead and do that. Take that. Just put that over here and turn that and stick it into place. And now I've replaced that one. I'm going to head back to base. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And yeah, that's all. I don't have anything else. You can leave now. I'm just going to be flying. That's all I'm doing. But I'll see you next time on Epic Tech. You were waiting for that, weren't you? You were waiting for me to say that. I'll see you next time on Epic Tech. That's how I end every video. It's just a thing I do. Because I want to see you next time on Epic Tech. Actually, I want you to see... Actually, come to think of it, I don't see you and you don't see me. Because I don't have a webcam and you're an anonymous person watching a YouTube video. Why do I always say that? I should say something like, come watch my next video. That's boring. No, well.